Hey guys, I thought I would do a another vlog for you guys. So where are we? What's been happening? I'm gonna try to get into all that in this video and more. I guess as always, it depends on what I want to talk about. Today is we just crossed into September 2nd, 2021. The current time is around 1:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So yeah, it's another late night vlog from me, and yeah, I'm hoping to catch you all up on what's been happening, what's been going on, some negatives, some positives, and even more positives. So let's talk about the numbers. I started this endeavor right around December 28th, I think, is when I started my pre-op liquid diet. So we are a solid 9 months now into weight loss with the VSG vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. So far, I have lost right around 130 pounds, or I've dropped from a BMI of 60 down to around 43. So those are some good numbers. So the last vlog a month or two ago, I think it's been about 2 months now, I was right around 120. So a month or two went by, I've only lost 10 pounds. So obviously something is going on. The weight loss has slowed a little bit, and we'll talk about why I think that is in just a moment. So let's review up to this point what the weight loss curve has been. So obviously, starting the pre-op liquid diet, I was dropping weight like crazy, as anyone would initially. I dropped, I believe, almost 20 pounds in about 2 weeks. So the 2 week pre-op liquid diet, I was able to drop nearly 20 pounds just those 2 weeks. And after the surgery, it seemed to be a bit of a stair step down in my numbers. Overall, the trend line is way down, obviously. But there are times where, 5 days to a week, I would stall out and then I would continue on. And I've mentioned that in multiple vlogs. And I found that even though the scale wasn't moving, I was still losing inches. I was still losing fat, but the pounds on the scale were roughly the same. So I think that was kind of a correction for all those in finance out there. It was more so of a correction regarding the fluctuations of my body. And even though, like I said, I wasn't losing in terms of the number, I felt that I was actually losing in terms of size. I was still shrinking or readjusting. So I would lose really fast, 5 or 10 pounds, and then I would stall out, and it would be kind of a readjustment in my body. So that is something that I've kept in mind. Try not to get discouraged. It's really hard, though. It's really hard not to get discouraged whenever you've been working really, really hard. You've been dieting, exercising. Well, of course, dieting in terms of portion control for sure, but you stuck very close to the low carb, high protein diet. You're making those extra steps that before you never did, and then to see the same number day after day after day for a week, or even I've had a weight loss stall for as long as 3.5 to 4 weeks. So seeing that is very discouraging. I get it. There is a lot of mental gymnastics, as I've mentioned time and time again, that you're going to go through. But, the end result is still stick with it. Don't be discouraged. This takes time. You didn't put all that weight on overnight. It's not going to leave. I know that's cliched, and I know that most of everyone doesn't want to hear that, but, I mean, it is what it is. The end result is if you stick to the plan, if you find the willpower that you have, and for me, looking at where I've been and then where I am now, that's willpower enough to stay on it. It works, and I don't want to relapse. I don't want to go back to the way things were before. and in a lot of ways I can't physically. But there are ways around that. You know, those roadblocks they're there for portion control, but there are ways around that, and you don't want to discover those ways. So, anywho, let's get into it. Again, I've only lost about 10 more pounds since I spoke to you all last. I knew that the weight loss would slow as I started to really fall, in essence, fall below where I've been my entire adult life. I am basically the same size now as I was when I was 12, I think. I was always overweight my entire life. When I was 7 years old, I think I was 72 pounds. When I was 10 years old, I think I was like 250 pounds. And when I was 13 years old, I was over 300. So, not telling you exactly where I started, you can do the math, but I'm basically where I was back when I was actually now, even prior to being 12 or 13 years old. So that's new to me because I've never been this size, or I've never weighed this low, if you will. I still got a ways to go, but we'll get there. I will tell you my current weight right now is right around 291 pounds. So again, you can do the math and figure out where I started. And yes, it was above 400 pounds. So I'll save you that. But anywho, moving beyond that. So I did some calculations. There's a calculator online using statistics, and it says that for someone that started out at a weight that I did, I had an 80% chance after 18 months of dropping to 287. Well, I'm just shy of that now, and I'm 9 months in. So I still have, 9 months, 9 additional, I'm halfway there. I'm at my halfway point, theoretically, for the bulk of my weight loss. I'm supposed to lose 60% of my body weight, which would put me down around 250 or so. So that in mind, sitting at right around 290 now, I'm very optimistic, because I'm about to reach that first 80%, and then the next goal, of course, would be your 1 in 2 odds of hitting 250 pounds. So I've got a 50% chance of doing that according to statistics. Again, I'm a numbers guy. I really love my numbers. I'm a scientist, so that's my thing. And then to hit I think 218, 220, I have a 20% chance. So a much lower chance further down. And at this point, I've really got to work. I've got to put in more effort. And this is becoming more and more evident, especially as the weight loss is slowing. So 10 pounds in a month and a half, 2 months is my last vlog. That's not good enough for me. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I said this earlier, and I'll get into it now. So this summer I've worked a crazy amount of shifts, very long hours, multiple 12-hour shifts, so many midnight shifts. Since May the 1st, I've worked 53 midnight shifts. And as I've mentioned before, when I'm on midnight shifts, I don't lose as efficiently because your circadian rhythm is off, and it's challenging. It is really challenging. Even though I'm not really eating as much, I try not to eat as much on the overnight shift because you don't want to eat and then go home and go to bed, or try to get some sleep, because sometimes, at least for me, if I eat right before bed, I don't get a high quality of sleep. And that is another thing that you need in your goal of being more healthy and also losing weight. You need your sleep. Of course, throwing off your circadian rhythm, it's madness. Plus, there's been a lot of stress. This has been a very stressful period for me. I'm not overeating, but there is something that I am doing wrong. And I'll tell you what it is. I'm not getting much exercise. So far this summer, all I've had the energy to do is basically eat, sleep, and go to work. And even go to work is really challenging and all that because you're exhausted. So I do work a desk job. It is very sedentary, so I'm not up moving around. I'm not burning the calories that otherwise would be burning. So and then doing that, and then coming home and going to sleep, and then waking up and doing it again the next night, and then the next night, and then the next, and so forth. I'm not getting a lot of exercise, and that is something that I need to change. I need to figure out a way to stay energized and get my workouts in. Like today I did fine. I burned over 500 calories today, but I'm off. I'm on vacation right now. And I needed it. I needed to recharge. Again, 53 midnight shifts since May 1st. That's a lot of midnight shifts for me, considering I don't only work one specific time. And I've talked about that in previous vlogs. I work a morning shift, an afternoon evening shift, and then an overnight shift. So 3 different shifts. And it's constantly rotating. But this summer, I have been more so on the midnight shifts than I have any other shift. I can't even remember the last time I worked a morning shift. So because of that, it's throwing my body out of whack, and I'm pretty sure that, not making excuses, but I'm pretty sure that's having an influence. And of course, that's having an influence on my exercise. So that's totally on me. But all that aside, all that negative in terms of pros and cons, that's off to the side. I've still lost weight. And so at least just by virtue of the portion control that is on me now, is imposed through the surgery, I'm still losing weight. It is just much slower. I'm still trying to eat everything that I need to boost my metabolism, especially on the overnight shifts where your metabolism tanks. But it's just still really slow. And of course, that kind of bums me out a little bit as well. Again, those mental gymnastics come into play, but you've got to move past it. And let me, I'm telling this myself and to you guys, it's gonna work out. You're just gonna move past it. You've come this far. You've done the hard part is over. You just got to be patient with yourself and continue doing what you know is right. Absolutely. So as far as my diet goes, it's been great. I've not had any issues, no slip-ups. Although I will say I did go on vacation last weekend. It was my birthday weekend, so which was very interesting because I don't want to say I took a vacation from my usual low carb high protein diet, because I still had a lot of protein, but I did have some things that I hadn't had since the surgery. Like I had ice cream. I mean, it's my birthday, so cake and ice cream were 2 things that I had, and also I had alcohol for the first time. I had one drink every night. I was gone for 3 days. It was a 3-day weekend, and I had one drink every night. And it wasn't beer, it was nothing bubbly, it was just a mixed drink, just a cocktail, and that was it. Excuse me, here I gotta clear this on my phone. Okay, hopefully my recording didn't mess up there. So, and I'm not a big drinker, but it's my birthday, I'm around friends, I had a lot to celebrate this year, obviously, with the surgery and the weight loss. And after working as much as I had this summer, I definitely needed to just kick back, relax, and unwind. And that's exactly what I did. And yeah, I did come back a little heavier than when I left, but just by 1.5 pounds. So 3 days. I gained 1.5 pounds, and I'm pretty sure it was the Ben and Jerry's I had that did it. But again, that's not a normal thing, and part of normal eating is sometimes having something that is not on the specified diet. So moving past that, I'm not eating any ice cream now. I'm back on my high protein, low carb, keeping up with the water, and no alcohol, none of that. So for those out there, as you probably been told by your doctor, if you've gone through the procedure or you're about to go through the procedure, you can't do alcohol in the first 6 months. So I waited till month 8 to month 9, just to see kind of how my body would react. And well, let's just say, even on a full stomach, one drink was it. That was it. That was all I could do. Any more than that, you're really testing fate, I think. So I mean, just one drink, and then that's 100% it. That's all you can have, and otherwise, you're gonna be sick. You're at least for me. I mean, everyone's different, I know, but from my experience, one and done. That's it. Just one and done. So what else is there to talk about? I don't really know. I've already made all the excuses in terms of why my weight loss is slowed. Exercise. I've got to get more exercise. And that started yesterday. And actually the day before, I burned 200 calories 3 days ago. Yesterday I burned 300 calories. Today I burned over 500. In fact, right around 550 today. So I'm gradually increasing that up. I'm just worried once I go back to work that I'm going to slack off again, and that's what's going to be something that I definitely take a look at going forward. I know that's my issue. I absolutely 100% know that that's it, because it's not my diet. I'm only consuming 800 to 1,000 calories every day. Obviously, that's not bad. Most of that's protein and fiber. So anyway, so yeah, it's got to be the whole exercise thing, and also the metabolism issues that I'm facing with working so many long shifts. So, all right, so I've rambled on here for about 18 minutes. So I'm going to end the vlog here. I'm doing great. Like I said, I'm catching up on my rest on vacation here, or now it's evolved from my birthday vacation to a staycation here at home. But there's some things I need to do around my place and get ready to start the fall season coming up, which will be right around the corner. Otherwise, that's all I have. I hope everyone's doing great. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next vlog. Almost got it. Almost stuck the landing. Bye, guys.